I'm Ashley.
I'm Lauren, and this is
Whispers in the Basement. Sorry, I had to steal the mic.
I was like, why are you pulling it so close to
Because
you?
otherwise I would have been like within breathing
That is
distance of
true,
you.
and I
feel like you would have been like,
What the
not
fuck?
that my breath smells, because it doesn't. It smells sweet right now, because
We are drinking hot matcha lattes right now.
matcha. These things are addictive, are they not?
Dude, they are. I need to figure out how to make it myself because
It's
$5
never
a pop.
It's never gonna taste like this. Fair warning. It's never gonna taste like that. I have
Okay.
tried.
That's so annoying. Though.
It is. Like, so Walmart sells matcha. I'll show you when we're done. Walmart sells matcha, and it's not bad, but it's not this.
Okay, but what milk were you using when you
Whole.
made whole milk?
I
Okay,
have-
that's what I have at home.
I have literally tried to replicate this.
Ugh.
Cannot get it.
Dang it.
I know.
Okay, yeah.
But matcha is not supposed to taste as sweet as this does.
No, but this is like the American matcha.
I know.
And it's so
well,
good.
that's why it's like so hard to replicate, because normal matcha does not taste like this.
No. I've
just
watched
saying.
a bunch of videos on TikTok even because I'm like, how do people make a great matcha latte? Granted, I don't know what theirs tastes like, but
Yeah, I've tried for a long time because I got super addicted to these in 2020.
yeah, I could get one a day, one a day.
Oh, yeah.
This could be my breakfast every morning,
I know.
honestly.
Yep.
Yeah,
It's so fattening though.
it is.
It's okay.
Well, to be fair, if you think about it, it's actually protein because milk has a lot of protein in it. So
Yeah. Weight Watchers says otherwise.
yeah, I don't subscribe to that anymore.
I have to keep a food journal.
I know.
I haven't been doing the greatest, so I'm just going to lie.
Okay, that's fine.
I'm just going to go back and say, hey, yep, ate 7 peanut M&Ms that day.
Hopefully our doctor doesn't listen to this.
Peanut M&Ms are my...
Those are your kryptonite? I can't even keep any candy in my house.
Girl, so yesterday, it was butt fucking Egypt cold here.
Yeah. Like
I don't know why I
negative.
added Egypt in there, but it was fucking cold.
Yeah.
And I took a bath and then put a brand new set of PJs on and just like lounged in PJs all day.
Yep.
And so Aaron got off work and was like, "Do you need anything?" And I said, "Yeah, we need creamer. We were out of creamer." He's like, "Okay, what else do you need?" And I was like, Waterloo." Okay, what else? I was like, "I'll just send you a list." So then pretty soon my list is like Oreos, peanut M&Ms, all this shit food.
Yeah, naturally.
And I was like, "Can you tell that I'm hungry?" He legit came home with like family size.
That does not surprise me at all.
And I said, "How much did this cost?" And he's like, "How much did it cost you? Or how much did it cost in general?" I was like, "How much did it cost in general?" $162.
Oh my god.
Yeah. And he's like, "It cost you 62 because he had a gift card.
$100, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
But is that not crazy?
Free. Yeah, that's insane.
Yeah. And it just like big boxes of like bagel bites and stuff for the boys
Oh
because
yeah. So like
growing teenage boys,
food.
yeah, they eat a lot of food.
Absolutely. So, oh my gosh.
Yeah. So it's still cold today.
It's very cold. I think this morning when I woke up, it was like -9 degrees. But my chicken coop has been staying above 0 degrees, so I'm pretty proud of that. The sun is shining, but I think we're getting more snow.
I was going to say, I can't hear it right now, but yeah, see, it says my what the F weather says Jack Frost, more like Jack Butt. What is this one? If this weather was an ice cream flavor, it would be orange cream and buttholes.
Yeah, accurate.
But anyways, back to the chicken coop thing. Aaron had to go out and tarp the koi pond.
Oh, I bet he did.
Because so they will still survive.
If they freeze all the way?
They won't freeze all the way, but their bodies are made to get very cold. He did a lot of research on this. Are you ready?
Yeah.
I'm going to geek out about this. Their bodies actually produce a type of glycol, like a sugar, that allows their body temperature to drop super low. So they shouldn't die. The only thing that would cause them to die is if it froze completely.
Right.
To which then, like a goldfish, you can bring them back to life after they've been frozen, but they will not live that long after that. Or if the waterfall stops churning, because that's what's aerating their water. So if the waterfall stops churning and there's nothing to aerate to provide new air, they'll suffocate, they'll die. So he's got a heater in there
I was gonna say,
Plus, he
yeah.
tarped it because when did it get super duper cold? That was Saturday.
Yeah, I think so.
Yesterday was the coldest day, but when I looked out at the pond on Saturday, even the fucking waterfall was frozen in place, just
Because it
frozen.
was so cold.
Yeah, and I kept saying like, well, maybe it's the wind
Oh
also
yeah, because it was like 40 mile per hour
hitting
wind
it.
gust here.
Yeah, but the backyard's pretty sheltered from the
Yeah.
wind, but yeah. So he's got a tarp over it so that it
So
does
stay
it.
tuned to see if Ashley's koi pond
I hope
or
it.
koi fish survive.
Yeah, those things we've had them a couple of years, so I hope they. But he said in his research that with their blood, their body temperature dropping so low that they kind of go not dormant, but during hibernation, you can actually pick them up out of the water and they'll just kind of lay in your hand.
Oh, that's wild.
I know. He was
Okay.
gonna go buy $1,000 greenhouse to put over it, and I was like, negative, negative, sir. We're not doing that just yet.
I mean, you could use it after.
I mean, that was his theory was you can put all your plants in there and you can grow them. And I was like, that's great. It's that trek from the back door to the greenhouse. I don't want to make that. So
That's true.
I don't give a shit how cold it is. I don't want to do it. Not doing it.
Yeah, he could also have used that because what I did for our chicken run was I got that, it's like painting sheeting or whatever. I got like the thickest one and it creates a greenhouse effect over their chicken run.
Yeah. Yeah.
So it was still like $40 for a bunch of plastic.
I was going to say, you were talking about a large koi. That's a pretty big koi pond.
Yeah.
Because you'd have to do the waterfall and everything.
Yeah, that's true.
It's pretty big.
Yeah.
So, yeah. That's been our life.
Absolutely. So, on brand with drinking matcha tea today. Well, no, it's the chai that you don't say chai tea latte. It's just a chai latte because chai means tea.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't ever even
Apparently you
say
sound
chai
like
tea
a-
latte. I just say I would like a chai.
So some people say like chai tea latte, and a lot of people get upset because they're like chai means tea, so you're just ordering
mean,
a
chai-
tea latte.
So so technical.
I know.
Lord, it
I
makes
know.
me think of that skit with Kevin Hart when he's ordering from Starbucks. Have you ever seen
I
that?
don't think so.
You have got to watch it because
Okay.
it's hilarious. He like gets nervous. He's like, it's like you're taking a test. And then that's where I got the "Would you like it whipped or blended?" It's hilarious. You got to watch
I'll
it.
have to watch that.
Yeah, it's great.
Have you heard of the brand Yogi tea?
Yeah, I think I have some upstairs. That's the one that's got like the little saying on the.
The
little piece of
like,
paper?
good omen or
Yeah.
positive affirmation.
Like have a sunshiny day or
Yeah.
there is balance and harmony or something like that.
Yes.
It's
yeah.
yeah, I think I've got some upstairs.
Yes. So, did you know that they're actually tied to a cult?
No, but I love a good cult.
I do too. I feel like I've done a lot of cults, but they've kind of just been the vibe lately.
Yeah,
There's been a lot of
documentaries.
documentaries out about cults lately, and I don't know. It's just been like what has been. I get a lot of my inspiration from TikTok
Yeah,
also.
yeah.
So then that's what helps me pick.
We're on a
topic.
totally different algorithm then
We
because you want to
absolutely
know
are.
what's in mine.
Go ahead.
What's in my algorithm right now is there's a murder on the dance floor, but you better not kill the groove. DJ, no.
No.
Gonna burn this goddamn house. It's Saltburn.
Oh,
That's all that's in
all-
my
that's
algorithm.
all.
Is Saltburn.
That's funny.
I know. Why are you looking at me like that? Like,
Because
did you
it's
not watch the credits of that movie?
No, I did. Where he was dancing naked.
Yeah.
Yes.
There was a lot. That
Did
was
you know? Did you know that he improvised a lot of those scenes? So like the grave scene, he improvised that. swear to
I
God.
don't even know what to say.
They let him have creative freedom on that.
Okay. Well,
And I watched an interview where he talked about like the mindset that he got into for the bathtub scene.
so I think out of because there's like the 3 scenes that everybody talks about. I know this is
Right.
totally off topic of the Yogi, but the one scene that really was like definitely a what the fuck moment for me was the grave scene. Like
No, the grave scene I think was the I could
the vampire
understand
one.
the vampire scene,
Yeah, I was
sure.
like, okay, that's probably happened to a lot of people at some point in their life. I get
Absolutely.
like purposely I don't know. But everybody's got their own thing, so maybe
ahead. Yeah.
you do you. The bathtub scene, it was very like single white female to me. Like you could just tell he was obsessed with him. So I was
Yeah.
like, okay, I get
Yeah,
that.
she's so desperate.
Yeah.
Like, if you were to be like a female, and
Like
you're
I
like,
want to be. I'm gonna drink him up. I want to
this
be
is the
him.
next best thing.
That made sense to me. But then when we got to the grave scene, I was just like, okay,
It was like
we're committed.
secondhand
He's going for it.
embarrassment. It was not good.
Yeah, shock. Oh, and then at the very end, I legit thought he was going to.
With the mom?
Yeah.
I definitely.
I kept
how
sitting
he
there
was crawling over her. I
Well,
was like,
yeah. Well, and you just got done watching the grave scene not too long before that.
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, I guess I know where this whole movie's going. Go ahead and show me. But that week was like a very awkward week for me in watching things because I watched that. And then I was also watching Euphoria.
Yeah, which is like Wiener Central.
Dude, poor Aaron was like, why are you watching all of these movies with just like random men's crotches everywhere? And I'm like, I was told they're good. I don't know. I'm just being a follower right now. I'm not being a leader.
Yeah, because Peyton and I really do. Like, we'll find stuff and we're like, okay, actually, you have to watch this.
Yeah, which coming from you, I was like, okay, this is totally. But knowing Peyton watched it, I was like, how did?
I think that
That's so
I made
crazy.
Peyton watch Euphoria.
Okay, and
Because-
we made her watch Saltburn. I don't know if she still has.
I don't know if she's watched Saltburn, but I do know that I made Ashley watch Saltburn because we had a couple of coworkers who had seen it like 2 days in a row. And I was like, this movie can't be that good. Do I think that it's good? Do I think that anybody should watch it? No, not really.
Is that the one they went to the theater to watch?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
They paid?
Yeah. And then they watched it the next day. We're talking about you, Ashley and Hannah.
I would, but I watched it 2 times too.
Yeah, I would never watch it twice.
I did it though because like the first time I was knocking plaster off of the fireplace.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like preoccupied and kind of watching it as I was working.
Mm-hmm.
And then I watched it the second time because I hadn't paid attention.
Right.
And so by the time I got to the end, I was like, what the fuck is going on? I missed so much. I don't know what's going on.
Well, and I feel like a lot of the movies like that, there is another movie that I feel like is similar in the aspect that it's just so bizarre. I cannot think of it, and I thought about it the other day. But,
Okay, so I feel like this about that that series you told me to watch on Netflix. And Mandy has watched it and loved it. And you guys were like, it's so good when you get to the end. It's so good. It's so shocking.
oh wait, is this the one that it's like the newest one?
Yeah, it's a UK. They're in the...
Gosh. Fool Me Once?
Yes.
Yes.
So I started that one and was like, okay.
Yeah.
And then by episode 2, I was like, I'm fucking tired. And so then I slept on the couch and I woke up in like episode 4 and was like, I don't know what the hell's going on.
So you're like,
and then by
committed.
episode 5 or 6, I was like, I fucking give up. I don't want to watch this anymore. Because too much had happened.
Right, yeah. It was like one of those that you had to watch it and be fully immersed into it.
And have the subtitles on.
Oh, okay. So I think that there were similarities with Don't Worry, Darling and Saltburn. Like with,
I love Don't Worry, Darling.
I loved Don't Worry, Darling. But like, you know how they would, like during Don't Worry, Don't Worry, Darling, where they had like it was like the flashes of the ballerinas and stuff.
Yeah.
In the end, those flashes made sense.
Yeah.
But during the whole time, I'm like, what is the point of this?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, no. Would not recommend Saltburn. It was okay.
I would totally recommend Saltburn.
Really?
Yeah.
I was
because
even
there's
at
a
my
lot of like...
hairdresser, and she was like, I did not love it. And I was like, I didn't
But
love it
I
either.
think you have to look at it from like an artistic point of view.
That is true.
When you are... And we have to face the fact here, like, those actors... As weird as that fucking movie was, that's what sold it.
It really was.
Was its strangeness and like the artistic view behind it. They are now being catapulted.
Oh, absolutely.
So much.
Yeah.
Because of that.
We're going to never stop seeing that Barry guy.
Oh no.
Isn't it his name Barry?
Yeah, Kenneth. I don't know what his last name is. It starts with a K, but yeah.
It does. I can't think of how to pronounce it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'd never heard of this man before until this movie.
Yeah, I guess he was in Peaky Blinders.
Yeah,
I
I
still
guess.
have yet to finish Peaky
Do you
Blinders.
know they're making a movie about Peaky Blinders?
Is Killian Murphy going to be in
Yeah, I
it?
think so.
Fuck yes, he is. Then I will
You
be on the
know, I
front
was
row.
watching maybe not watching. There was an article about like the top like 15 hottest men, and it is just so funny to see how hotness of men have changed from like even 5 years ago.
Yeah,
We're now really honing in on the
older.
older and like more feminine
I have
men.
always loved a feminine looking
Not my
man.
fan. Not my
Well,
cup of
I
tea.
but my whole, yeah, that's a whole nother.
It's a whole other story.
Yeah,
But like Killian
it's
Murphy
very like
in-
across the.
in
There's just a
Peaky
lot.
Blinders, I think Killian Murphy is stunning. Outside of Peaky Blinders, Killian Murphy is not that attractive to me.
Oh, I love him.
But I think it's the period timepieces. Like he was definitely born in the wrong generation.
But I think I like him because he has such a defined face,
Mm-hmm.
and I love a dude with a nice ass defined face,
Yeah, like with a good jawline.
like Andy Black.
No,
Yes,
I know you love him. It's fine.
I tried to tell Aaron, I was like, he does things to me internally that I just can't even explain, and he was just like, "Thanks, Ashley."
Thank you. Thanks.
Okay, back to Yogi T. Sorry, we
Okay,
gabbed him.
so
Sorry
we
if we
really
lost
went off
you.
the rails. It was
Yeah.
only 16 minutes of ranting, so
Back to Yogi T.
all right. According to the Yogi Tea website, the brand subscribes to the Ayurvedic tradition, an ancient healing philosophy that promotes food as medicine. The group was formed around a quote-unquote guru who has a history of sexual predation.
That's comforting.
Isn't it?
Yeah,
That's what you want to sign up for.
absolutely.
Yogi Tea was started by a man named Harbhajan Singh Puri, who was born in 1929. He moved to the U.S. from New Delhi with his wife, BBG, and their 3 children. In 1969, Yogi Bhajan began teaching the Kundalini Yoga, a holistic practice focused on movement and concentration as a pathway to achieving altered consciousness. Shortly after coming to the U.S., Harbhajan renamed himself Yogi Bhajan. This began his rebranding era. He told everybody that he was a well-known holy man in India, when the truth was he was just a customs inspector.
Okay.
Yeah, could not be more different.
But I feel like in the 90s, we had another similar incident with another yogi master.
We did, couldn't tell you who it is.
Yep.
Yep.
Deep, nope. Well, it's not his name. I wanted to say Deepon something, but there was a Netflix
Yeah, there was.
documentary on him. Same, almost the exact same type of.
It
I
was-
think it was worse, though.
Yeah.
And as far as I know, he's still in practice today. That guy is.
Yes, and I think that he still has followers, but there have been people that have spoken out about him.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
From his teachings of Kundalini Yoga, a foundation called 3HO, which stands for Happy, Healthy, and Whole. Whenever I read 3HO, I automatically thought of the band 303. And so whenever I was writing the script, I was like, not to be confused with the band 303. And then I sat there and realized that I actually said not even the same thing.
Happy.
Healthy and whole.
He does realize whole is spelled with a W, right?
Correct. But I don't know why he said
Okay.
that.
Just asking for a friend.
3HO was discovered in 1969. Not to be confused with the band, which I said that and I should not have said that. I meant to take that out. This was a multifaceted organization that promotes its philosophy and practice, providing guides and even soundtracks for yogic meditation. Members focused on meditation, vegetarianism, and yoga. Seems harmless, right?
I mean, when I look at somebody that lives that lifestyle, I do envy them.
Yeah, like Kimber.
Yeah, like they do. They just, yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know
she's
what
just
to
like this little ray of sunshine.
Yeah, I don't know how to even explain it. Like, there is no.
I can't imagine a situation where like she gets upset about anything.
Well, and it's just so fascinating that she like looks at food like fuel. I am the exact opposite. I attach an emotion to a food.
Absolutely, I'm like, give me all the sugar. Might as well streamline it.
Absolutely.
It's like heroin to me.
Yeah. I wish I had. It takes dedication, and I just don't have it, I guess.
Absolutely. I also think that you have to have a certain type of personality to look like.
I was just
to look
gonna say
at
that.
the healthy lifestyle as not really, not even just food, but like the healthy lifestyle overall, because she very much prioritizes movement. Like on cold days where you would never catch me out trying to go for a run. You won't catch me trying to go for a run even on the perfect day. But she will be like, oh, it's snowy and I'm going for a run. And I'm like, wow, I love that for you.
Yeah,
Could not be me.
absolutely.
Yeah. Maybe one day.
I think about like if the world ends, I don't know what I'll do because I can't run from anything.
Okay, you're not wrong.
So I will just lay down and be like, just do it.
It's fine.
Just do it.
That is true. I don't think anybody would have predicted Yogi Bhajan's ascendancy, going from teaching small groups at a Los Angeles antique store to sharing company with the Dalai Lama and Indira Gandhi.
But this all took place in like the 60s and 70s, right? Or the 70s?
Yeah, the 70s.
So like I feel like the state of society at that point, I mean it was after Vietnam.
Yes.
And everybody was that was definitely a time during America's history where it was all about like peace, love, and harmony.
And people were just kind of looking for
something, anything to believe in, really. And so I feel like it happened at the right time too.
Yeah, that is so true. To help catapult his career.
Yes.
The state of New Mexico, Yogi Bhajan's longtime home, even honored him by flying flags in front of the government buildings at half-mast on his passing, or following his passing in 2004. In the years following his passing, former followers are speaking up about their experience with the guru. Bhajan grew his following by teaching yoga to people who were looking to disconnect or to just look for peace and love. So like what we just talked about, where people were looking for that connection or grounding.
Yeah.
Coming from somebody who overthinks everything, yoga is very appealing because it allows you to just disconnect and focus on yourself and find your true grounding. In the early 70s, spiritual growth was definitely in. This caused gurus to grow sizable followings pretty easily.
Yeah.
People really just wanted to have a deeper connection and feel a greater sense of consciousness and equanimity. After his classes, he would serve his pupils a spicy aromatic tea that came to known as yogi tea. All yogi tea supposedly contain 5 basic spices: cinnamon, ginger, cardamom, black pepper, and cloves, which supporters believed increase circulation, decrease joint stiffness, enhances digestion, while decreasing gas and nausea. So like a fix-all tea, basically.
Do you think it is?
I mean,
is there like one? Is there an OG yogi flavor now?
I feel like
I've never seen one. I always see flavors.
Yeah, after I wrote this up, I did go to Walmart to look, and I did not see just an OG yogi tea.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
But the whole, woo country or crunchy community, they definitely say that all of these spices are very healing. If I were to, add anything, it would be, bless you. You really tried to hide it. I feel like the only thing I would really add for this would be maybe turmeric.
I was just going to say turmeric's not mentioned in there.
No, but it would go
and that's
really
an
well
anti-inflammatory.
Yeah, it would go really well with the black pepper.
Yeah.
You gonna sneeze again?
No.
No, okay.
I'm good.
In the beginning, Kundalini Yoga began pure, and it had lasting beneficial impacts on its followers. But in the case of Bhajan, he definitely took advantage of the power. Which, I mean, I feel like in any sense of cults, I don't think that most of the people go into them with the idea of, oh, I'm going to be this, all-knowing ruler.
You don't think so?
I don't know. I mean, maybe they think that it would be cool to lead something, but then I think once you grow your following,
I don't know. I
helps
think
kind of put your mindset into a godlike status.
I think some people have that though.
Like they just have that natural predator mentality.
They think they already have that godlike status, and
That is true.
it's very easy for them to convince and manipulate people to follow them. I think a lot of like Charles Manson.
Yeah, that is very true.
That's what I think of.
Because he grew his following pretty quickly and they were devoted.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Once Bajong started growing his following, he encouraged his followers to change their birth names and sever ties with anyone outside of their 3HO community. This all sounds to me like a big red flag. I mean, it kind of just sounds like a abusive relationship.
That's normally what happens. Because if you cut all ties to the outside world, you're more easily influenced by those on the inside. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bajong began to arrange marriages between members and establish schools in India and New Mexico, which followers were encouraged to send their children to. Former members stated that the schools were breeding grounds for lice, disease, physical punishments, neglect, and terrible living conditions. Another tactic the school took on was to breed non-attachment to the students. So this meant that students were sent to houses of total strangers to live with. Naturally, this led to students who were sexually assaulted.
Yep. I could see how that would happen. You're putting them in a not safe environment.
No, and
not
are you
knowing.
Actually doing background checks on who these strangers
probably
are?
not. Probably not.
No. And I can also imagine as a predator seizing that opportunity.
Yeah,
taking advantage of those children.
Mm-hmm.
Bajong forced his female staff to wear matching white dresses and turbans. He also abdicated that marital rape and battery were totally acceptable.
Negative, sir.
But, I do see domestic assault is still such a big issue. And we have that busted newspaper that shows us the bookings for people in our area.
Yeah.
And specifically our county. The amount of people that are arrested for domestic assault, and I just want to, go up to them and be like, in what world do you feel like you can hit somebody?
Okay. But
no, it's mainly men.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say sometimes you just get mad.
Sometimes
and shit happens. It's like you black out.
Right. But also the audacity of some men.
Oh yeah, 100%. It is not. First off, it's not acceptable for a male or a female to hit each other at all. You should be taught that is not acceptable.
Right.
Sometimes from a female standpoint, you get really pissed off.
He'll have to.
A
woman scorned, honestly.
Yeah.
But no, it is not. Domestic abuse is not acceptable.
No. I'm not saying that at all. I'm not saying that at all. Yeah, I'm just saying if I were a woman in that situation,
oh, absolutely,
I would probably punch somebody in their face.
But even in, is it the Muslim? No, I don't think it's the Muslim society. It's wow, why did I go off this tangent and I can't think? The Taliban.
Oh yeah,
they are all about women have no place. They're only just holes, basically.
I mean, that's kind of the way society was for a very long time.
Yeah.
Very long time.
And those women have no power. And it's it's just so crazy to think in a world where we live in a country that is all about girl power and how women deserve just as big of a space as men.
Mm-hmm.
And there are still countries
that are not like that.
Yeah.
I think a lot of that also ties back to their religion.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bajong claimed to be celibate and monogamous to his only wife. Pamela Dyson, who was his former secretary, came out with a tell-all book in 2019 in which she claimed she was forced into a sexual relationship with Bajong.
So she came out with this book after he passed?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, we can't do that because...
No, I'm just... I'm trying to get the time frame right in my head. Okay.
Yeah, he had already passed.
In 2004?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, 15 years later.
Mm-hmm.
When Pamela became pregnant with Bajong's baby, Pamela is not his wife.
Right, she's the secretary.
Yes, he forced her to have an abortion. After the publication of the book, many former members of the group came forward to tell their own story of abuse at the hands of Bajong. Eventually, the list of abuses was documented in a report known as an olive branch. which found that it was more likely than not that Yogi Bajang had raped at least 3 women, engaged in non-consensual touchings of 9 people, showed porn, porn to minors, used sexually offensive language, and there are other actions that are just too egregious to be talked about. This leads me to believe that Bajang's claims to be celibate were inaccurate. Former followers stated that he employed a variety of methods to control his students, including compartmentalization, quid pro quo, promises, threats, slander, phone calls with threats, guarding, and or telling women that they were his wife. Several former members of the Yogi Bajang clan claimed that they were attempting to leave the group. But upon them trying to leave, they were threatened with violence. There is an unsolved murder of a member that is still under investigation, and also multiple suicides.
That's not good.
No. But I imagine that in any instances of cults or where you're made to feel like you can't, suicide does feel like an only option.
Right.
Bajang definitely had a champagne taste. He loved a lavish luxury goods and was a collector of jewelry and expensive cars. That doesn't really sound like somebody who practices a humble lifestyle.
Speak for yourself. I'm just kidding.
You know, but like when you think of somebody that's like a yogi leader,
oh yeah,
they talk about how having too many things is never good, and right. Just you know, only take what you can. That actually didn't
definitely paints a different picture.
Absolutely, to know that like you're on top and you're just reaping the success.
Yeah.
Bajang became a mogul who capitalized on his foundation 3HO and began multiple enterprises. He encouraged members to support themselves by establishing businesses where they employed only members of his dharma. Among these businesses were the Golden Temple Conscious Cookery restaurants, which served and eventually began to package and sell Yogi tea. Sales exceeded $59 million in 2002. Now that many people are coming out with allegations of the harm that Bajang created, people are trying to have his name removed from textbooks that Kundalini Yoga practitioners use. Placards with his quotations from studio walls in Yoga West and New Mexico are also being taken down. Kundalini Yoga has definitely left a positive impact on people's lives outside of Bajang. Bajang did not create Kundalini Yoga, but he definitely helped grow the popularization of it. It's hard to separate your feelings because a human took good things and left it with a bad reputation. Yogi tea is also a very popular tea brand that honestly offers really delicious hot tea varieties that I think tea right now, we're definitely in a movement of healing yourself more holistically, and I know that a lot of the tea varieties that Yogi offers can help aid in healing.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry, I just remembered one in my head.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So after hearing this,
I'm still drinking it.
I also would probably still drink Yogi tea.
Yeah,
because at this point it's probably been greenwashed. The company probably has, so it's probably owned by like Nestle or something now.
Oh, that's a very valid point. Yeah. I bet you could look at a box and figure it out.
Yeah, because you know Bragg's apple cider vinegar or whatever. Katy Perry bought that.
Really?
Mm-hmm. Not too long ago. Yeah, she bought that, which is very random.
Yeah.
Katy Perry, are you very passionate about apple cider vinegar?
Maybe.
With the mother?
Maybe.
I don't know. The holistic, crunchy community, they were very upset whenever, yet again, another celebrity is purchasing a large...
Yeah.
Yeah. Because we can't say that Bragg's was really struggling.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So, I don't know. I think that there are a lot of easy parallels that can come with how people have a bad taste in their mouth for Kundalini Yoga and their ties to Bajang, just because, you know, there are people that they don't go to church anymore because people of the church
ruined it.
Hurt them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
So.
That is very true.
Yeah.
I don't know. Interesting.
Very interesting story. I will still probably buy Yogi tea though.
Same. Well, I mean, partially because we
We
don't
live
have a
in-
huge. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
not like we have a whole aisle of nothing but tea selection.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I do love the little have a great day.
Yeah, the little like mementos for the day.
Uh huh.
I don't think that was
A
right.
clear mind is a good mind. I totally just made that up.
That reminded me of the episode of SpongeBob. Whenever they were like, whenever all of the little SpongeBobs are like running around dumping everything because he only had to memorize the Krusty Krab formula or something like that.
I feel like every episode we have, something about SpongeBob gets brought up.
SpongeBob is life.
I mean, it is.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah.
Agreed.
That wraps up today's episode. You can find us on Spotify, YouTube, Amazon Music, and Patreon.
Don't forget to subscribe, leave a 5-star review, give us a thumbs up on YouTube, and hit that notification bell so you can get an alert every time a new episode drops.
We'll see you next week, but in the meantime,